The following is a paid program and does not necessarily reflect the opinions of the staff or management of Visionary Related Entertainment.
It's time to enter the world of real estate with Hawaii's only true real estate show, the Team Lally Real Estate Show. Grab a pen and get ready to take notes. Hawaii's premier real estate leaders, Adrienne Lally and Attilio Leonardi, will bring you the latest in real estate news and real-world strategies on how they can guarantee to sell your home at a price and deadline you agree to, or they'll buy it. Now, here are your hosts, Adrienne and Attilio.
Welcome to the Team Lally Real Estate Show, home of the Guaranteed Sold program, or we'll buy it. If you have any real estate questions, you can reach us at 633-8633. That's 633-8633, or visit teamlally.com, and that's Lally.
Well, hey, everybody, this is Attilio. I was at the beach with the wife and kids the other day, and this lady came jogging down the beach, tapped me on the shoulders. I think maybe she wanted some of our leftovers, but we said we ate them all. And then she started asking me a bunch of tax and legal questions, and I said, those are great questions, but I highly recommend you seek the appropriate licensed professional. And then I said, but Mom, what other questions do you have? So if you hear of anything on the show, sounds like tax advice on Maui, we're looking for somebody who does taxes to come be a sponsor of the show so we can send all these people with tax questions your way. But if you have any legal questions, who should they talk to?
They should talk to the attorneys with heart, Cain and Herren, right here in Wailuku.
Yeah, so stay tuned later in the show.
We're going to have a legal tip of the day.
Legal tip of the day by Michael Collins.
That's right.
So
let's start with some real estate investing quotes.
Real estate investing quotes. I think that would be appropriate for a real estate show.
Yes, and this is from Warren Buffett.
Okay.
So this is what he has to say. Look at market fluctuations as your friend rather than your enemy. Profit from the folly rather than participate in it. All right, so here's his translation.
Yes.
In today's market, fluctuations are your friend because they've scared off your competition, those other investors.
Mm-hmm.
They're also your friend because the fluctuations have created a flood of motivated sellers.
Mm-hmm.
And as any savvy investor knows, buying from motivated sellers is the only way to make it in this business.
You know, I listen to Tony Robbins every morning, and he talks about a guy named, I forgot his name, Sir Templeton. He was like the first investor to actually make $1 billion. So he just died about 4 years ago. So he's older than Warren Buffett, obviously. And he told him that when you invest in the market is when everybody is freaking out, because when everyone has a bad impression of the market, what kind of prices do they want, for example, for their homes?
It's much less.
Whatever they can take.
Whatever, yeah.
When their perception is the market's doing well,
they want the top dollar.
They want the top dollar.
So it's the old saying, buy low, sell high.
Or burn it down to the ground for the insurance money. No, that wasn't part of the saying. Okay.
All right, so the next one is, only when the tide goes out do you discover who's been swimming naked.
Uh-oh.
All right, so keep plenty of tools, investing techniques in your tool belt so that you can adapt to a changing market.
Mm-hmm.
What worked best in 2006 does not work best in today's market. Today we're seeing firsthand that those with only one investing strategy are taking a beating.
You know, listen, folks, we sit with clients all the time, and they're like, well, you know, my auntie bought a house 2001 and sold it in 2006 and made $200,000. Well, that was an abnormal, unrealistic situation that existed, and due to today's regulations and more conservative approach, that's not happening anymore. It's the good old-fashioned way, get rich slow.
All right.
More quotes?
Last one. Our favorite holding period is forever.
Forever?
Forever.
Buy and hold? That's Warren Buffett.
That's right. So get rich slow. So to build true long-term wealth, you must buy and hold real estate.
Mm-hmm.
So whenever we're sitting down with our clients that are thinking about selling, you know, we go over all the options and see if there's a way that they could keep their homes, rent it out, and continue to build that equity, if that makes the most sense.
Well, speaking of legal advice,
yes,
I think we have someone on the line who's going to give us our legal tip.
Hey guys, it's Mike Collins from Cain and Herren.
Hi Mike, how are you?
Doing good. How are you guys doing?
Doing good. We always do. We always do well when we get our legal tip.
That's right.
Okay.
We're ready.
So legal advice. Is there anything that you guys wanted to talk about, or you want me to just give a tip?
You know, we visited with a client the other day, and they went through a loan modification, and then we're finding statistically that, when they do it on their own, the terms usually aren't things that that make sense.
They're like way worse.
Way worse. So they're realizing that, they're just upside down in this home and they need to do a short sale. But I guess speak to the listeners on, the difference, why are the lenders going the judicial route versus the power of sale? 'Cause I know people don't understand that.
Yeah, so, back when Act 48 passed, there was this serious concern in our state that the lenders were pushing these foreclosures without verifying their standing to do so.
Mm-hmm.
And, of course, with non-judicial foreclosure, there's no judicial review. So I believe what many people were referring to this practice as was robo-signing. And so there would be a trustee appointed in Oahu, and he would serve notices and just take people's houses. And there was also this concern that these foreclosures were being processed way too quickly.
Mm-hmm.
There wasn't really a chance to do any type of workout. And that was just, I believe, when we were starting to learn as a practice what short sale and loan modification were, because those were essentially creations of our bad economy and drop-down market.
Mm-hmm.
So our state legislature passed Act 48 with the intended purpose of stopping foreclosure. And that's pretty much what they did. Technically, they revamped the non-judicial foreclosure law and created this new procedure through the Department of Commerce and Consumer Affairs, which required banks in a consumer foreclosure context to initiate this mediation process.
Mm-hmm.
And they probably would object that I'm calling it mediation. They were referring to it as dispute resolution.
Mm-hmm.
They weren't, trying to push any particular agenda. But the idea was, as a homeowner, you're losing your property. You get a chance to meet face-to-face with the bank and a neutral, and you have to submit all your documents, and the representative that would be there would have to have settlement authority. So the idea was whether they would give you a loan mod or short sale or deed in lieu, this person that was at this meeting would have to make a decision. The other thing that the statute did is it created potential unfair and deceptive trade practice claims if the mortgage lenders were not complying with Act 48, essentially to the letter of the law. And so is the exposure why lenders have chosen to avoid non-judicial foreclosure? I don't really know, but
Mm-hmm.
there's definitely a correlation between that law having been passed and the banks choosing instead to pursue the judicial option. But it's also accomplished what the state legislature wanted, which is drastically slow down the process of foreclosure. And in fact, there's a lot fewer foreclosures being processed than there were in those non-judicial foreclosure days.
Mm-hmm.
So the idea is that it gives people an option in slowing down this process to hopefully try to work something out through a short sale or a loan modification. And after those options have been exhausted, then the bank is entitled to liquidate through a judicial means. The issue, though, is that in this old practice of non-judicial foreclosure, you might lose your house, but typically the foreclosing mortgage did cancel, which
Mm-hmm.
means you didn't have to pay back the deficiency.
Gotcha.
Now, it wouldn't necessarily do anything with other mortgages on the property those would become unsecured debts and you would still continue to owe them. But one concern in slowing down this foreclosure process and causing the banks to look at the judicial option is now the banks do go after a deficiency judgment. So that would mean if your property is underwater and you owe the bank $500,000, but your property is only going to auction for $450,000, then there would be a judgment recorded against you for that difference. So that's really highlighted the importance of short sale and other types of workouts like loan mod. In answer to your question with loan mods and why people are entering into them and with these bad terms, I would say generally, and this probably would hold true for short sales, the investor will negotiate one because it's in their best financial interest to do so, which means they're trying to make money.
Yeah.
And there's, of course, this is just speculation, but one suspicion that I had is that when the market really was hit as tremendously as it was, the banks were pushing these foreclosures and they weren't really making money on liquidating them. So they stopped doing that as much as they were before. And I think what they have been trying to do is to build up the market a little bit so that they can start making money on some of these investments again. And so again, short sale, it's a good option for them because a ready, willing, and able buyer is coming, putting cash into this transaction and paying the investor some amount of money, and then the investor can take a loss on what it claims it's not paid. And with loan modification, it seems that that's part of the theory, keeping people in their homes for a period of time, even if they're going to default in the future, is probably going to end up making the bank more money because they can continue to assess interest and fees on these mortgage agreements and end up getting more than they otherwise would be entitled to if they just forced a foreclosure sale today.
The other thing too is that our seems like the prices have been increasing, and I think we have one that they wanted to foreclose, and this one is the Cain one, and they had initially had accepted 1.3, and then the values have been continuing to raise. So now the bank's going to be making like $300,000 more.
Right,
Yeah.
and so one of the weird things is that the foreclosures have continued to been on, I'm not going to call it a hiatus, but I track all of them, and I would say there's probably about 10 to 15 new ones every month, which isn't a lot considering how many people on Maui are delinquent on their mortgage.
Yeah.
So there's still this huge opportunity for people to resolve these delinquent mortgages through short sale and loan modification. And ultimately, the tide is going to shift if people aren't trying to work things out. We have noticed in our firm that more of our clients, and these are the same ones that in 2011 were being denied their loan modifications, are starting to get them now because essentially what they're agreeing to do is to take all those unpaid years of interest and balloon them at the end of the loan, which isn't driving up the monthly payment because it's not being re-amortized into a new principal, but it's just becoming this monopoly debt that eventually the bank will get paid through a refinance or a sale.
Sure.
So that seems to be something that the bank likes to do right now as far as home retention is concerned. For the people that are really looking at trying to save their home and they're not necessarily looking at it in terms of an investment to make some money, then it's not necessarily a bad idea for them to be doing this as long as they know what they're getting into. But then a lot of people don't.
Yeah.
And that's
and they
the
could always
problem.
call Cain and Herren for some advice on what's the best strategy for them to follow.
What's the best number to reach you guys at?
242-9350, and we do offer free consultations for anyone who is having trouble making a mortgage payment, or perhaps the consumer just got their modification and they're current with their mortgage, and they have all this consumer debt relating to credit cards because they were trying to make their mortgage payments through all those years, and we can help people with that too. So a free consultation for anyone who's having trouble paying their debt, 242-9350.
Now, I noticed out of all the advice you gave, you didn't say anything about just ignore it and put your head in the sand?
Oh, definitely not. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, the laws are constantly changing.
Yes.
Most recently, we have a new law on the books that requires these investors to file attorney affirmations at the commencement of their lawsuits, which is basically an additional burden. It could have been filed at any time in the lawsuit before. So this provides people with an extra defense that they didn't have 3 months ago, and they're not going to know this if they're not trying to get some kind of advice. Again, interest continues to accrue if you're not making your mortgage payment. So even if you're ultimately, at the point where you want to liquidate through a short sale, you end up potentially having a larger tax event if you're putting this off. And so, you definitely want to get your real estate advice, your tax advice, and your legal advice. And the piece of it that we can offer is the legal advice, and people can call us at 242-9350.
Well, Michael, thank you so much for taking a very complicated process and kind of clearly explaining it to them. But folks, if you're listening, don't think that 5-minute conversation on the radio is going to make everything clear. I highly recommend you give these guys a call at 242-9350.
And the last thing I'll say is, for the people that did meet with me in the past, if it was a couple of years ago, things have probably changed. So it's a good idea to call or email me. I can be emailed at mike@cainandherren.com. I don't charge for emails, so feel free to shoot me an email if you guys have questions.
Great.
And thanks to Team Lally for hosting me today.
Sure. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for taking the time to give us a clear understanding of how this process happens and how we can help. So
no problem. All right, guys. Thanks.
Thank you.
Okay, bye.
All right, so that was Michael Collins with Cain and Herren, the attorneys with heart. They can be reached at, again, 242-9350.
Or at cainandherren.com. So we do need to take a short break, but don't go too far. When we come back, we have a very special guest coming to join us.
Yes.
Now, you may have thought to own a home here on Maui, you must be made of gold.
We are happy to say this is not the case.
Oh yeah, Attilio? Why don't I have to be made of gold to own a home here on Maui?
Well, it's because of the Maui Mortgage Team.
Really? Tell me more. You've got my attention.
Well, Jenny Madsen, host of the acclaimed Maui Mortgage Minute, educates people every day about the ins and outs of home financing.
Check out their website, MauiMortgageTeam.com, for mortgage calculators, streaming videos, online homebuyer guides, secure file transfer technology, and more.
Sounds like the Maui Mortgage Team is the highest tech mortgage group on the island.
Hey, you know that Maui can be expensive. The Maui Mortgage Team love helping people save money and make their dreams of home ownership come true.
There are never any hidden fees or surprises, and they will always advise you on getting the best deal.
Whether you're at the grocery store, getting gas, or booking a trip, you shop around for the best deal. We believe getting a mortgage should be no different.
So check out the MauiMortgageTeam.com or call them at 270-2775.
Hawaii NMLS ID number 1032554.
We recommend Fidelity National Title Insurance Company for your next real estate transaction.
Through its nationwide network of direct operations and agents, Fidelity National Title provides title insurance, underwriting, escrow, and closing services to consumers.
Check them out at fidelitynationaltitle.com or fntic.com.
When you're trying to find the best of the best, don't settle for an agent that's just like the rest. Pick a team that knows just what to do. From buying or selling, we work hard for you. Team Lally, the best real estate in the islands. 227-2703.
You know, a lot of times it's nothing but confusion whenever thinking about real estate. And I have a unique proposition for you. It's from Adrienne Lally and Attilio Leonardi of Team Lally. What they do is offer a no-obligation guarantee. If they haven't done their job, you're freaking out of the contract. But don't worry, you won't want to, because Adrienne and Attilio are going to sit down with you, establish a price and a deadline to sell your home. If that deadline passes and your home isn't sold, they'll buy your home. Check out the success story. A seller was foreclosed on due to falling behind maintenance fee payments. Well, the seller felt pretty hopeless, but Team Lally got the home into escrow. The seller was freed from debt in 30 days, and the bank gave him an incentive for the trouble. Our sellers love these guys. So call the only agents willing to earn your business every single day. Attilio Leonardi, Adrienne Lally, and her team. That number, 633-8633. Again, 633-8633. You can also find them online at guaranteedsale.com.
Open Gangnam Style. Gangnam Style.
Welcome back, and thanks for listening to the Team Lally Real Estate Show, home of the Guaranteed Sold program, or we'll buy it. I'm Adrienne.
And I'm Attilio.
And we're talking about, what are we talking about today?
We're talking about what you do with leftovers.
No.
Oh, no, with the zip. No, okay, I'm sorry. That was some other topic. But anyway, we're talking about, we had the legal minute, but
That's
today
right.
we have some guests that are going to be on the show. Speaking of being, we call them business guests. If you're a business person out there on Maui and you want to promote your business, send an email to info@teamlally.com. Tell us about your business, something unique about your business, what differentiates you from competitors.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe we'll send you back an email and have you come on the show and talk about promote yourself on our show, like they're going to do right now, which is who?
Photography.
Photography. So do we have Steven and Karma?
Just Karma.
Just Karma. You know, karma is a good thing.
It is, most of the time.
Yes. All right. So, Karma, tell us about your photography business.
Yeah, so a couple of years ago, we opened our doors for our retail shop, but we've actually been in business since about 2007.
Mm-hmm.
We work a lot with all kinds of people photography, so we love working with families, weddings, senior portraits, like high school senior portraits, couples, engagements, all that good stuff. So anything that has to do with people, that's what we specialize in.
Okay. What about those photos they take of you before they put you in jail?
No
Mugshots?
no mugshots, no passport photos.
Okay.
So could you share maybe like a recent shoot, like just an example of a client that you helped that was
Maybe
very
wanted
happy?
something special or something unique you all did.
We do fun stuff all the time. We
Uh-huh.
get to work with people from all over the world because not only do we work with our local Maui residents, we also work with a lot of visitors to the island.
Mm-hmm.
And so one thing that kind of stands out to me that we've done in the past that was really fun is surprise engagement photos.
Mm-hmm.
So where the groom or the husband-to-be will hire us to kind of like paparazzi style while he proposes to his girlfriend on the beach or at a hotel, and we get to kind of be in on the surprise, and it's super fun. So that's been kind of a really fun thing for us to do in the past. And, I have 2 kids of my own, so I love families. So for me, just getting to work with families and getting them those fun pictures where they're not just posed looking at the camera like their typical like school portraits, where they're really interacting with each other. You can see like the dynamic of the family and the way that they enjoy each other's company and just hugs and kisses and all that good stuff. So for me, those are some of my absolute favorite shoots to do.
Yeah, when you said the surprise engagement, I was thinking, it's real when and I gotta go local style on you, when the girl, maybe all the hanabara is running down and the mascara is going down the face and she looks totally terrible, but she's happy.
Absolutely, the ugly cry. We like to get that.
Then they're never ever going to run for public office because you have that photos on file. But
yeah, we've been lucky. Everyone said yes so far when we've done those.
good.
Now, do you have examples of any of these shoots on your sites?
We actually do on our blog. So our website is a great place to start, though. That's got like all the information on like pricing and packages and about us and all that good stuff, and that's at karmahill.com. And then from there, you can click to our blog, which is actually mauiphotographerblog.com.
Okay.
And you can sort through all different kinds of shoots on there, from weddings to families to engagements, honeymoons, all that kind of stuff.
Gotcha.
Are you guys also on Facebook too?
We are, yeah, absolutely. It's just Photography by Karma Hill on Facebook.
All right. Now, you guys, did you want to talk about your guys' wedding business?
Sure, yeah. So we have a partner, sister company, basically under the same umbrella called Simple Maui Wedding. And we started that a few years after we started our photography business. We just noticed there was a big need for people who want a simple, beautiful wedding with really super quality vendors, but just really simple. Like, you see a lot of the people that are hiring these big names for their big, huge estate weddings are basically, we use those same vendors. So they're still getting the same quality, but just in a more like smaller, intimate kind of setting. So we've been doing that, for a few years now, I guess more like 4 years now, and it's just been getting busier and busier every year. We have so much fun with people. Getting to be a part of their wedding is an amazing experience.
So for the wedding business, could you share with us like start to finish, like what would a client expect from you guys and your services?
Yeah, give us an example of one of these.
For sure, yeah. So most people that book us want either a simple beach wedding or a simple wedding at a private estate. And so usually our communication comes in through email first, and we do work mostly with visitors to the island, but we have done some local weddings as well, and we love to work with our local residents, so definitely welcome more of those. But people usually come in through our website, find us there, love our pictures and our packages, get in touch, and we make the process super easy. It's like wedding planning for dummies, basically. You don't have to you don't have to have like a degree. It's super easy. You basically can fill out our online booking form, and then we start taking care of the rest. So we book their minister, we take care of all the floral, we take care of the photography with our in-house photography team. So they can be guaranteed of the quality, so we're not using outside vendors for that. And basically, we make sure everything's set to go, and they just have to show up with their wedding rings and their marriage license, and that's it.
Oh, wow.
You make it easy.
Yes, super easy. That's why we call it Simple Maui Wedding. We want it easy.
Simple Maui wedding. I like that.
So where's been the most unique spot that someone has gotten married?
Oh, goodness. Almost everyone wants the beach. We don't get a ton of crazy unique spots. One of my favorites that not a lot of people use is Iao Valley. I just think it's absolutely gorgeous up there, and it's really off the beaten path, and you just get a really unique look to your photos with all that gorgeous like scenery and mountains and everything around. So that's definitely one of my favorite spots that not many people take advantage of.
And so some of the vendors that you guys have, or not the actual vendors themselves, but the type of services that are involved with these simple weddings, you're talking about like the food and...
Yep, so typically we handle the ceremonies for the most part, but we do have great vendors that, can take care of our clients for the food, and a lot of times we'll send them to some of the islands, just awesome restaurants that have a great staff that can take care of them as well. So like Gannon's is one we work with a lot. They're really amazing. Our Nick's Fish Market, just places that are accustomed to working with wedding clients, and we can hook them up, give them all the details, and then the restaurants do what they do best and take care of them on the food.
Gotcha.
So like what are the the ranges of price that someone could expect to pay for your packages?
So with the wedding packages, if they wanted us to coordinate just a beautiful ceremony for them, including photography and floral and officiants, those range start around $2,000. And then if they wanted to get into like doing a full reception, those can go all the way up into $10,000, $20,000. So,
sure.
But we really like our simple weddings, so we like to work with the people who want the ceremonies into something small. So usually it's around $2,000 to $5,000 for the weddings.
So they wanna have a simple ceremony, but not be paying for it till their 30th anniversary.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
Awesome. And how did you get into this type of business?
So basically, when I moved to Maui in 2006, I came here kind of going, what do I want to do with my life?
Yeah.
And I always loved photography, and just seeing all the gorgeous scenery around me really inspired me to get back into it. And so I started my business shortly thereafter with the photography. and just really enjoyed it and really had fun with it. And so that basically is how I got started in photography. And then wedding planning really just fell into it from the photography business, working with lots of brides and vendors and realizing that there really was a need for a simple service that offered not just simplicity but also quality. So that is kind of how we got into the simple Maui wedding side of it, and definitely it's been great because we've been able to shoot a lot more weddings. Really, we just started it because we really liked shooting weddings and we wanted to have a outlet for that, and noticed that a lot of brides had a hard time planning weddings themselves, and so we're like, hey, let's do it for you, and then we can do your photography as well.
I know the photographs are one of the more memorable parts of it, and so, talk to our listeners and tell them, why don't they want to go to Costco, go get the Canon camera, get their drunk uncle to take pictures? Now, you can probably have to pick him up because he got one DUI and he lost his license, but why don't they use their drunk uncle with the Costco camera as opposed to you?
No drunk uncles, no. Oh, my gosh, yeah. So first of all, your wedding photography, that's the only thing that's going to last besides your wedding rings for like the length of your marriage. So your flowers are going to die, your dress is going to stick in the closet, you might give it to, Savers or something. But your photography is the thing that's going to really be standing out as something you're going to show your kids and your grandkids, and those are the pictures that people are going to look at for the years to come. So I think it's super important to hire someone who has experience, who shoots a lot of weddings, not just pictures of their dog or cat on their nice camera. Like, a wedding is really a unique thing in that the way it flows, you kind of have to anticipate the moments before they happen in order to capture them. So if you're not used to the flow and pace of a wedding, you can miss things that come up. But if you've done a lot of weddings, you know that this is coming and I'm going to need to be in this spot to get this shot. So just having that experience helps a ton. And then also, what we do is really unique. We use a beautiful natural light. We don't use a lot of external flashes to give it kind of like the artificial look. We want everything to look really natural and beautiful. But in order to get properly exposed and nice-looking photos using that natural light, you have to really be experienced in working in it. And Hawaii especially is a really unique place as far as the natural light is because we have so much of it, and it's so beautiful. But if you're not used to being in a super bright location or a location where it's very different than like shooting with a cloud cover. We have this bright sun, so knowing how to use that so people don't have those big, raccoon-eyed, dark-eyed shadows under their eyes, and putting people in the right places to look good.
Gotcha.
So your guys' website is Karma Hill Photography?
So we have two websites. Our photography website is karmahill.com. So no photography, just karmahill.com. And that's with the K, like good karma. And then our wedding website is simplemauiwedding.net.
And then you guys are also on Facebook and you have a blog.
We are on Facebook, we have a blog, we're on Pinterest, we're on Twitter, and we're also on Market Street in Wailuku, right at 45 North Market. So we have a showroom with all of our pictures printed out huge and gorgeous, so anyone can stop on in. We're open Monday through Friday and take a look and talk with us in person if they like.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Karma, so much for joining us on our show and sharing a little bit about your business.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Thank you guys very much for having me. I really appreciate it.
All righty.
All right, so we need to take a short break, but don't go too far. When we come back, we're going to
be talking about some up-and-coming listings, existing listings.
We'll have our Maui Sada on the street calling.
Neighborhood report.
Yes.
I went to them to sell our townhome there in Neva Beach. Didn't have any idea of what it was worth, what the asking price would be. Adrienne and Attilio came over, walked through the house, talked to us, and set the price. It was considerably higher than what I'd even imagined. They were very professional. They gave us ideas of how to make the house look better for the open houses and the video, and it sold fairly quick. I was surprised.
Oh, I got excellent results each time I worked with Team Lally. I worked with a price who actually was a buyer the first time and a seller the second time, and both times I had stellar service. All of my questions were answered, and I never had a day where I could not contact them. They're always available. The best service I've ever encountered in the real estate world. I was in a situation where I was moving back to the mainland, and it was about 30 days before I needed to leave, and I called Adrienne and said, "Can you sell my place?" She said, "Yes." yes, and she got it done before I left.
I got more than I expected. They set the price very correctly. They set it higher than I expected, and we got offers over the asking. It was surprising to me. They knew the market that well. They had excellent marketing. For example, they had a typical open house on a Sunday afternoon. You'll have probably 5 groups of people come through, but their marketing was so excellent. For example, taking a video of the place instead of just still pictures. That we had over 20 groups of people. We had only one open house. It was one Sunday. We had over 20 groups of people, and we had about 5 offers, and the lowest offer was asking price. All of them were over. In fact, we had an offer over asking price even before the first showing. When they came and viewed the property, they gave us the suggestions to what we need to do to make the house more marketable. And so just by following their advice, it worked. We had one showing, and it was all that was necessary. We had a number of offers, and we had to drop one offer to go to the second one. So having those multiple offers was a benefit.
They actually listen to you and care about your needs. They actually knew what we wanted and what we needed, and if we said this is what's going on with us, like they knew with our military status what was going on, and they were like, okay, well, this is what we're going to do. So they didn't give us heartache about the situation. They completely understand the military and what's going on with our lives. They looked out for our best interests. When we first went there, I mean, they weren't like, oh, we're going to make a buck and try and get you to market your house and sell it. They actually referred us to somebody to help rent our house out. And we talked to that lady extensively first before we even made our decision to market our house for sale. So, I mean, they're not there to just put your house on the market so they can make the money. They're actually there to help you make the right decisions for you.
Honestly, you know, these days everyone's always trying to shove a house down your throat or, you know, try to get you into something that you don't really want, especially car dealers and mostly realtors as well, you know, because they're out trying to make money. But with Team Lally, it was a different experience because she and Attilio understood what me and my husband were looking to do and which house we were interested in, and they didn't try to pressure us to look at anything else. They were just understanding, and they said, okay, if this is the house that you want, then we'll wait it out and see what happens. So we got the house that we wanted. So they're very professional, very knowledgeable, very respectful, and just a delight to work with. Once I met them, they're really great people, so I liked them right away.
After I spoke with them, I was very comfortable. I would say that Team Lally is more professional. Also, they are more thorough. They provide more than just, their services are excellent. They'll provide you with other services. They keep you updated, let you know what's going on. I was never lost as far as knowing what went on, but every step of the way they kept in touch and let me know what's going on.
Welcome back. This is Adrienne.
And this is Attilio.
And you're listening to the Team Lally Real Estate Show, home of the Guaranteed Sold program, or we'll buy it. If you have any questions, you can reach us at 633-8633 or on the web at teamlally.com, and that's Lally.
Hey, if you're enjoying the show and you're thinking about selling your home, that's what we do best, day in and day out. Sell homes for happy customers. No grumpy people?
No grumpy people.
No grumpy people.
You heard them all just on that last commercial break.
Yes,
Very
they
happy.
were happy. Go to teamlally.com to contact us. Give us a chance to apply for the job of selling your home. We would love to work with you. Speaking of working with you, what are we teaching people today?
We are teaching how to build a successful team.
How to build a successful real estate team. We are going to be at the Maui Beach Hotel. Maui Beach Hotel.
Yes, and in the Lanai room.
Lanai room. Conference room. Come into there. If you're an agent on the island of Maui and you have production, but maybe you're struggling to take it to the next level, we'll help you teach you how to do that with leverage. And leverage is, what is it? People, systems, and something else. Tools. We should know. We're teaching it. No, we got notes back at the conference room. We're doing a 1-hour session today at 1:30 p.m. Maui Beach Hotel. Well, and it's one of 4. One of 4 classes we're teaching.
The series of classes is called Team Lally Secrets.
We're going to share those secrets with you. On this first module, we're actually going to be talking about who should be your first hire, how
how to delegate,
what kind of ad to run to attract this first hire,
and what kind of personality should they have to ensure success. So we're sharing all of our secrets on that. So come by and join us.
And if you come to the again, you licensed Maui agents, if you come to any one of our classes, we're going to give you a free book.
It's a manual.
The playbook.
The playbook.
Let's say we're the winning NFL team. We just won the Super Bowl. We just won it. We're going to give you the playbook. Millionaire.
Just come by and visit us 1:30 to 2:30.
Millionaire Real Estate Agent. That's the book we're going to give you. All right.
All right. So is our Maui Sada on the phone?
Not yet.
All right. So I think it's the time for the Maui Mortgage Minutes.
You think so?
Welcome to the Maui Mortgage Minute, brought to you by Ginny Madsen of the Maui Mortgage Team. Online at mauimortgageteam.com.
Aloha! One of the things that we get asked a lot from home buyers is what comes first, the home or the loan? This is such a great question. In order to go shopping for your dream home, you need to know how much you can actually afford. We recommend to always get pre-qualified for your mortgage before you go shopping for a home. And when you find your dream home, being pre-qualified can also give you an advantage over other offers on the same property. Contact the Maui Mortgage Team today and ask about getting pre-qualified.
The Maui Mortgage Minute is brought to you by the Maui Mortgage Team, Hawaii's mortgage professionals. Visit mauimortgageteam.com for all of your mortgage needs. Again, that's www.mauimortgageteam.com. NMLS 1078414, member of Pacific Home Loans.
People always ask me, does Jenny walk around with theme music playing in the background and a professional voiceover person?
She does.
She does.
And
That's what she does.
And then they have a great website.
Yeah.
Lots of videos. I mean, you can spend a ton of time on there and just be very educated after. Before you
even pick up the phone or meet in person, but after all of that, you're going to want to meet them, and you're not going to be disappointed if you do have a chance or an opportunity to sit down with Ginny and her crew.
That's right.
MauiMortgageTeam.com.
All
right. Speaking of mortgages, and another word that starts with M, Maui Sada. We have our Maui Sada on the street. Brandon Force, are you there?
I am there.
All right. So, share with us some Maui real estate information. We'll talk about some neighborhoods and some unusual listings and low and high price ones.
Certainly. Well, if you're talking about the deal of the day,
yeah.
I definitely have one for you guys. Oftentimes, of course, what everybody wants in a condo is that short vacation rental option so that they can make a little money if they're not going to be using it themselves.
Yes.
And right now, the best one that you can go with is in Kihei. That also it has an ocean view. It's at Kihei Bay Vista, and it's a 1-bedroom, 1-bath, and it has just over 600 square feet. And really, it's right across the road. You'll find a spot where you can put your toes in the sand, and so it's really close. Has ocean view. And right now, its asking price is $249,000.
Oh wow! And what's the maintenance fee on that one?
That one actually, what really caught my eye was that it's under $400.
Wow.
Yeah, typically you're like, hey, you got a ocean view condo, $250,000, and the maintenance fee is $2,900 a month. But it's a smoking deal. No, you said under $400. That's pretty good.
And this is it's fee simple.
Correct.
Wow.
And you can do. Did you say you could do vacation rental?
Correct.
Sounds like a cash flow.
Now, here's the deal, folks. If you're working the formula out, this is what we've learned, and I've learned this from personal experience, having owned a vacation rental and managing it for 3 years, is that the formula, short-term rental, let's say the place rents for $1,000 a month. The formula, Adrienne, for vacation rental is what?
It's usually times 2.
Times 2.
So Brandon, are you? Do you know what the rental rate is for vacation or
what's the daily
for
rate?
Normal?
Yeah, I don't know the occupancy for that particular complex off the top of my head, but I know that being in Kihei with whale season approaching, those condos fill up very, very quickly.
Yeah. So probably, and then I don't know, maybe $100, $150 a day.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say it was $100 a day. 30 days in a month, that's $3,000. Not too bad.
Not too bad for a $250,000 condo.
Yeah. So do the ROI, or you know what?
Just
why don't
call
you give
Brandon
Brandon a call? He'll do the ROI for you.
And Jenny from the Maui Mortgage Team. They'll get it all worked out.
We have a team of expert advisors to help you with good information so you can make a really good decision.
All right, and he can be reached at 633-8633.
633-8633. All right, Brandon, what else you got for us?
You know, aside from the deal of the day, there's always a neighborhood I like to kind of call out, if
Sure.
you will. And there's only one part of Maui I've never gone into for a neighborhood, and that's Hana. So I wanted to go towards Hana and give you guys a little bit of an idea of what the market might be doing that way.
Sure.
For those people that don't want to be close to Costco, they want to be the 2 hours away. They want to have their peace and quiet. They want to hear the birds chirp in the trees. And so this particular area is it's called Hana Agricultural Park. And like I said, you'll find this is roughly about 2 hours past Paia. A little bit of a drive, but there's currently 4 homes right now in that area. And they range anywhere from about $650,000 for, you know, a 2-bedroom, 2-bath on 4.2 acres, all the way up to a gorgeous piece of property. It has 550 acres, $7.7 million for it. It has a house and, of course, an ohana with it as well.
You know, something unique about that community, I know that one of our clients was lived out there, and I don't know if you remember the story from Dean there, but he was telling us how there's a family, I think from Europe, they fly in for Thanksgiving and land at the Hana airport and celebrated there at one of the resorts or something out there with some high-end meals and stuff. But yeah, you know, you get, it's such a diversity there. You got, I think we ate at a lunch wagon, and the guy was like a chef, or used to be a chef for one of the resorts, running a lunch wagon. The food was good.
So he's like lunch wagon by day, chef by night?
I don't know. It was like Chef Ramsay on the side of the road.
Yeah,
he wasn't
like
hitchhiking.
Attilio said he had done 4-star type restaurants, and then he just loves Hana, and that was his deal. But you know, the nice thing about being out in Hana is everybody knows everybody. I mean, it's just a very nice, mellow vibe out there.
Yeah. And lots of turns.
So there's with these 4 properties, Brandon, are they you have to farm them in order to maintain it, or give us some more information on that.
Get somebody else to farm it?
No, you don't have to farm it. Like I said, the land is, of course, fee. It's just more likely it's zoned agricultural. So as we found out with our client out there, you can, if it's zoned ag, you can, you know, potentially get some major tax credits towards your way by having agriculture. But of course, you don't have to grow crops or anything like that to be out there.
Yeah. So in the speaking of that, we do have that Hana property that is going to be coming up on the market, and it's 23 acres, I think. Totally self-sustained, off the grid. It's got a generator system, battery farm, photovoltaic, water catchment.
Has its own cell tower.
Water filtration system, and warehouses. And you can just, you know, spread out. It's up high enough to get a nice ocean view, and you can actually see the planes landing at the Hana airport. You don't hear them, which is nice because you're far enough up in elevation, but really unique property. So if you're looking for something unique, maybe you know somebody that's looking for a unique property, have them give us a call, 633-8633. All right, Brandon, anything else for us today before we let you go?
Well, you know, you mentioned that coming soon in Hana, and of course there's a couple other more coming soon.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I don't know if you touched on the property up in Pukulani.
Nope, go ahead.
But that one's going to be, you know, like I said, it's going to be a 3-bedroom, 1-bath house as well. And what's nice about that particular property is it's really close to, you know, the foodlands and the whole area, but you're just up above it. So you still have a little bit of ocean view depending on where you're looking from. It's up and cooler temperature-wise. So you're not going to have those high Kihei heat days that, you know, sometimes people complain about. So it's up there. Great school system up there. It's really kind of, you know, slowly by slowly, you're starting to get a few more feature comforts with, you know, stores and all that aspect. So great location, you know, perfect for a first-time buyer.
And hey, the other thing we wanted to share with you too, with the ag zoning, you don't have to farm it, but you can have somebody else do it for you. That's what our future client's doing, is he's having somebody else do it, because the story that he went through with the zoning, they did come up in, I guess,
like a huge tax bill.
Yeah, it went from $11,000 to like $12,000, but then he showed
it was like $1,000.
$1,100.
Yeah, $1,100
to $12,000. It was like a tenfold increase. But what he did was he went out there and showed him that part of the property is being used for farming, and got his tax bill reduced down. I don't know if they ever gave him a refund though.
No refund.
No refund.
Our mistake, but
Maui Tax Department. It's not like Walmart. You can't go get a refund. No returns or exchanges. They have a complaint department. No.
All right. So Brandon, is there any other coming soon you want to share with us today?
Yes.
Absolutely. Did you guys talk about the Front Street property at all?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Go ahead.
So Front Street, like I said, it's just far enough away from Front Street, so you're not going to get the noise and ultimately the traffic that you would associate with Front Street up in Lahaina on the west side of Maui.
Yeah.
But it's a great location, really easy off the highway. It's probably about 2 minutes, if that, off the main highway, tucked in just right on the side of the road. The tenants that are currently there actually they bike to the different restaurants and different places to work. So it's a great location if you're looking for an investment that you can have. Gosh, how many rooms? It has. Do you remember off the top of your head how many rooms?
I think it was, I don't know, it was like 7 bedrooms. There's a pool house. They got a jacuzzi. This thing is built like a compound. Literally, it's made of concrete.
It's like 3 levels, right?
3 levels, beautiful ocean view. I mean, you got some power lines in front, but they, just forget that they're even there. No. It's going to be a unique property. For an investment purposes, I don't doubt that you could rent the heck out of this thing and
make it cash flow.
And make it cash flow from day one. And if you wanted to come in and renovate it, it's got some deferred maintenance. That's real estate speak for going to need some fixing up, but probably.
But it's an opportunity for
It's
somebody.
an opportunity. You want the perfect property, then you're going to pay the perfect price. You want profit, you don't look for the perfect property. So did I use the word pee enough in there? But anyway. Brandon, anything else?
Don't pee in the pool.
Don't pee in the pool. There's no pee in the pool, only when you spell it.
And that particular property, I mean, they have an outdoor shower off on one side. On the main floor where you have the huge, like I think Attilio was mentioning, a killer view.
Yeah.
There's a popular surf break out there. I think that's closer to the break wall where you can actually see that whole break.
Mm-hmm.
So definitely keep an eye out for that one coming soon.
All righty.
Yeah, and I have 2 other potential, for sure, probably one that's going to be Village by the Sea or Halimakai in Kihei. That's going to be a condo. Those particular units, there's a couple already for sale there, but what those don't have is they don't have direct view into the pool area.
Mm-hmm.
So this one is going to be on the 3rd floor, and it's going to, like I said, you'll have beautiful ocean view as well as if you have your kids in the pool or the barbecue area, you'll be able to just sit on your little lanai there and be able to keep an eye on the kids.
All right, excellent. Was that it?
Yeah, that's for the most part for the coming soon.
All righty.
Yep. So if you're a buyer out there and you want to know more about our coming soon properties and get that head start,
give us a call.
Yeah, give us a call at 633-8633. That's 633-8633, and Brandon's going to be able to help you out with that.
All right, Brandon. So we'll let you go because we're going to see you in 30 minutes.
That's right, for the class.
Sounds good plan. Looking forward to it.
All right, thanks, Brandon.
All right, take
right.
care. Bye.
All right, we got maybe about a minute or 2 left. What else do we want to talk about?
We can talk about our guarantees.
Guarantees. All right, so we've got a guaranteed sold program. If we can't get your home sold in agreed upon time and or price, we'll have it bought for cash or we'll buy it.
That's right.
You want to learn more about that, how we are so confident with that type of guarantee, give us a call. What's the number?
633-8633, or visit us online at teamlally.com, and that's Lally.
Listen, folks, don't list your home with us, but at least interview us. Come and sit down with us. We're not big, scary salespeople. We're going to educate you. Our style is more of a consultative. Is that even a word?
It is.
Okay.
A consultative approach.
All right. We're coming to the end of the show.
Yes. So thank you for listening, and thank you to our sponsors.
Denise Kaehu with Hawaii Escrow and Title.
Mike Davies and Jenny Madison with the Maui Mortgage Team.
Eileen Strickland with Fidelity National Title. If you want to get a hold of any of our sponsors, just go to teamlally.com. Check out our business partner page under our link section.
We also want to give a big thank you to Gary, our producer here in the studio. And make sure to tune in next week. We'll have an awesome guest talking about something that will change your life forever.
This is the Team Lally Real Estate Show, home of the guaranteed
sold program. If we can't sell your home at the agreed upon price and or time frame, we'll have it bought for cash.
Thanks a lot.